So what's funny is, I mean, I don't know what is being activated. What isn't being activated on the 11th of the 1st, 2024? Obviously I spent some time in the cemetery and here on my own, and Duppies, you know, they do connect with me, and obviously using that necrometer, however people say it, is this app that connects to frequencies, and they've got an alphabet, and entities can come through. And I do know it does work because there's been some clear synchronicities in how I've been using it and the words that have been coming through. So you can YouTube it or Google it, but if one is interested in more mediumship and practicing those gifts and things, I would suggest purchasing the app. So aside from loads of other things today, and obviously I've done a dance and put some videos out, it's been about the elders today, really. My nan's come through really strong. I've got her I carry her with me all the time, not just in the spiritual, but in the physical as well. And was in the cemetery. Then I went to a pub just to get Wi-Fi because it's been a bit iffy where I'm at, and I was told to make sure that I get certain videos out today. So sat down, and I sort of, how I don't do anything for a show, but if I've got good music on my ears, then I dance away. So went in the pub, really lovely little pub where I'm at, and luckily a woman, they didn't have any herbal tea or anything, so I had a slice of lemon, hot water, and just plugged the computer in the corner and doing my little singing. And then as I sat down, I realised I was sitting opposite two besties, two elders, and one of them looked lovely and glitzy glamour. She reminded me of my nan, actually. So Betty and Carol, lovely mates, and I was potentially going to interview them, but it wasn't the day-to-day. It was more about connecting with good energies, and they looked lovely. They told me they were part of the WI, the Women's Institute, and they were going down the road to I can't remember, some women's event. Anyway, it was really sweet. They looked like they were really having a good time. They had lovely pie and mash or pie and chips for lunch, and I was uploading the videos. Anyway, as they were stepping off and leaving, they told me that both of their partners had passed, Ron and John. They were also John and Ron, and they're coming through now because I think they're proper jokers. I don't know, they love their ladies. And so I didn't know that we were going to chat about that, but so Betty and Carol told me about Ron and John, and obviously Betty's name stuck in my mind. They're both lovely ladies. So I carried on. I put the necrometer on in the pub, and the story that I mentioned about having a laugh with two of the tombstones that were not together but the same name, well, that person came through on the necrometer. All right, he wants to mention Elijah, but it was his surname that's private and I won't mention. Anyway, Elijah, who I'd just seen his tombstone, had come through on the app. So anyway, I was sitting there and I thought, okay, there's a guy that I'd been walking, I think the whole town know him, he's amazing. I was walking past him and just wave every time you go past. And I wouldn't usually share things that I do for the community online as if, like, you know, giving money away or like as a point up, but it is part of this story. But anyway, I mostly keep all of my, you know, charitable acts private because it's no one's business, and I certainly don't do it for any form of validation. So anyway, like over the past couple of days, every time I've gone out past his house, I've waved to him, and as he does to most people, and I thought, oh, I've got to go and see him today. And I didn't know if I was meant to go out of the house today, but they kept telling me you've got to do these videos. So I bought some lovely daffs yesterday, and I thought, right, as I walked back through the cemetery, someone said, you've got to go and get daffs for this guy. You've got to buy some daffodils for this guy. So I thought, right, okay. So I walked through the cemetery again, lovely white feather on the way through, had a little laugh, little dance, some incredible gravestones here, like, don't know, powerful people. And got some daffs. So I walked down the road. I thought, oh, maybe he's not going to be there. Anyway, I saw someone wave to him, so I thought, oh, he's definitely in if someone's waving to him. So I waved to him as I passed, and I said, these are for you. And he didn't know what I was saying, and I was like, so I walked up to the window, and he opened it, and I said, these are for you. I just wanted to give them to you. And he said, oh, and he just told me a little bit about himself. I didn't know whether he was going to talk or whether he was, in a conversational frame of mind. He just had his dinner and basically just chatted a bit brief, like, what are you up to? And his name's Jim. He's from Ireland, so obviously the ancestors are talking. So when I just said I've just come back from Ireland, that was funny. Anyway, Jim, I said, so are you on your own? He said, yeah, my wife passed in 2022. And I said, oh, bless her, what's her name? Betty. So Betty had told me to get the DAFs for him. I did. So sometimes how this mediumship works, or I'm learning the stuff, is it's not necessarily clear from point A to point B. But if we do listen, like, it was a clear sign when I was in the pub, I met another Betty. So Betty, because I've been waving at this guy for 3 or 4 days, Betty's in the air. So then she puts a physical Betty in front of me, and then I hear the message, buy the DAFs for Jim. I believe that is his name. Sorry, I've got so many names coming through. Jim. Anyway, walk past. Jim's there. I didn't know that we were going to talk about Betty or his wife, or he'd be open to talking about that. You know, seemed quite a strong guy. 2022 is very recent for a loss. And yeah, he said her name was Betty, and she was from the area that I'm in. So she was British and he's of Irish. Anyway, I gave him the DAFs and left. But I guess I'm sharing the story as to, if you are also feeling like there's these weird synchronicities, or especially on days like today, whether we leave, a portal can be any day or not, but everything is mathematics and made up of numbers. So today is a portal of some sorts. Play with it, practice. Like, I'm only learning this stuff now. I know it's very much part of me and part of my journey, and it's something I absolutely love. Like, I love talking to those who've transitioned, to obviously other people looking in. Looks like I'm talking to myself with my headphones on. I don't care. I honour the mission. I honour the messages coming through. Sometimes they're not very nice as well. You have to be quite firm with your tongue back as well sometimes. But anyway, I want to give thanks to Betty, Carol, John, Ron, Jim and Betty, because and also the mother of the person that I'm staying at's place right now is how we met. We met on a plane, and I know that his mother brought us together as a soulfam support unit. I just want to give thanks, really. I don't really know what else to say. 757. I think it's time that we can start to play around with this stuff, and obviously protect. I've now been on a journey of learning how to protect myself and cleanse myself, and from rising to the day to sleeping at night. And it is important if you do feel that you're a medium and you connect with the other side. So anyway, I'm really happy.